Good afternoon and welcome to Quays TV News. I'm Charlie Kennedy. This week has seen hundreds of delegates descend onto Manchester City Centre for the Labour Party conference. Our reporter Sophie Dawson has been speaking to two of the party's MPs about how it went.
Labour Shadow Ministers Gordon Marsden and Dan Jarvis visited the University of Salford in a short break from their party conference schedule. Creative Skills Set invited the MPs to see how employers are working together to support creative talent and skills across the north of England. During the visit, the two MPs had a brief tour around the university building, taking a look at some of the facilities Salford University has to offer.
It was this party conference that Ed Miliband really had to shine in, and his supporters think he did so.
I think the party conference has gone very well. I think it was a brilliant speech from Ed Miliband yesterday. I think it's part of the process by which the public get to know him better. I think he laid out a very clear and inspiring vision for the future of our country, and I think people frankly have started to look at him in a slightly different way. I think it was a wonderful speech. I think it's amazing actually that you could go out and deliver a speech for over an hour without any notes apart from anything. But it's been a really good week, and Manchester's a great city and an inspiring place for us to be here for our conference this week.
The MPs hope to bring economic growth, careers and job opportunities, not just to Greater Manchester, but across the whole of the North West. Sophie Dawson, Quays TV News, Media City.
At each of the political parties, debates have been taking place, allowing young people to voice their concerns about the key issues affecting them. Sophie May Lan, founder of Verita magazine, was invited to Think Big Youth Zone debate at the Labour Party conference, where she was joined by Home Affairs Minister Stella Creasy and Shadow Education Minister Karen Buck.
And people really felt at the moment that they weren't being supported and that young people were kind of left to become long-term unemployed, and once they'd become long-term unemployed people, they then lost confidence, lost aspirations, and at the moment they're just generally losing confidence in the system. And it's all very hearsay because Labour aren't in power at the moment, and it's all well and good saying these things, but I don't think young people left feeling too confident that the issue would be completely tackled. But one thing that I broached to them was actually that MPs should be treating people with a lot more kindness. It sounds a very simple concept, but one that a lot of MPs don't seem to gauge. However, Stella Creasy just ignored that comment about kindness, which was a shame really, because actually I think what the MPs didn't manage to do was completely connect with young people. It was again about getting their political agenda across. But I've got to say, I think it would have been a lot more interesting last week at the Liberal Democrat Party conference when you've got students posing questions to Nick Clegg, because I think then there's someone who's partially in power and also someone who a lot of young people have got a lot to say to him, and he's also got a lot to answer for, whereas at the moment it's all hearsay and not really a very clear direction other than that their leader is trying to blossom more as a leader, as you saw with the Ed Miliband speech, which was very successful this week.
For more information on the Think Big project and how to get involved, visit their website o2thinkbig.co.uk. Now, joining us in the studio to discuss the Labour Party conference and that Ed Miliband speech is our political correspondent, Andrea Montgomery. So Andrea, the most talked about moment of the conference on Tuesday was Ed Miliband's address to his Labour Party. How do you think he has evolved?
Previously he was branded by the media as a nasally, geeky and awkward guy with no real direction in the Labour Party, but that's all been changed since his speech on Tuesday. He's now been perceived as a relaxed, pronounced guy who's not afraid to take Labour in a new direction. And
do you think that this one speech is enough to change people's perspectives of him?
Well, he's now regained the trust of the unions. Previously, he did fall behind Cameron in the public polls, but hopefully that will all change now, as there has been a resounding positive.
But, I mean, we've still got 3 years to go, haven't we, until the next election, and he may have won a lot of support, but there's still those who haven't been won over yet. What else do you think Labour needs to do?
Well, he did come under a lot of criticisms especially for refusing to answer what is true in Quays and not taking any real stance on any policies that could bring in the floating voters. But anything could happen, and overall it has been a positive experience for Labour.
Great, thank you. Now, one of the biggest names in the digital industry is potentially planning to open a new office in Media City, which could see major investment for the university. Monday morning saw a showcase of live art and design installations with 3D and acoustic performances at Media City. This could mean a lot for Salford students in the future.
I think what we have is some opportunities in terms of the sorts of input into courses they may put in. It gives us opportunities for more exciting live briefs, potential placements, work opportunities thereafter. But it also gives the industry the chance to see what we're doing, how we can sort of develop our courses, and give us opportunities for collaborations on research grants as well. Yeah, we understand towards the end of the year we'll find out who the client is, but we have some there are some ideas about who it might be, but it's merely speculation.
Well, thank you for joining us, and don't forget you can follow all of the latest news updates from around the Greater Manchester area on our website www.quaysnews.net. Feel free to get in touch with us on Twitter @QuaysNews or visit the Quays News Facebook page. See you next week.